Hi, this is Sergeant Beast Larson. Let me tell you about my first day as a police officer. Now, I started after high school in the military, did 4 years in the military, got out, got a job as a police officer with the county police here in Kentucky. Go through the police academy. This is 1992. Did police academy, graduate, begin the FTO program, which is a 14-week program. First day on the job with FTO, working 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. shift, 10-hour shift. Trainer comes by, picks me up about 3:15 in the afternoon, take me down to the police station. We get in with everybody else. I'm the brand new guy on the shift. Everybody else there probably had 5 years or more experience. So I was very green, very new in their eyes. We're in briefing, about 4:15, we get a radio call for the district my trainer had. It said car versus dump truck, multiple injuries and ejection. So we go to the scene, find that a dump truck was coming down a hill, fully loaded, so he's 80,000 plus. A lady had pulled out, the van swerved, the van hit the dump truck head on. So dump truck down a hill, 55, a little bit more, a van with a father and 4 sons, and they hit head on. The van goes sailing off in the field, ejects one of the sons, father and 4 sons. The one ejected had 167 nails from the nail gun put together in his torso. I saw the x-ray at the hospital. The father was driving. His legs were broke below the kneecap, up underneath that Ford Econoline van. So we gather information. My trainer's telling me what to do. Now, I'd seen dead bodies in the military, so blood and that kind of trauma didn't disturb me. I was doing what any new officer would do, gather information, get the facts, put stuff on paper, what I could, make a sketch. The accident reconstruction guys were coming, but just do what I could, make a sketch of things. We didn't have cell phones to take pictures of it. Didn't have a camera with me. So we gather, other officers have the scene under control. Off to the hospital we go. My trainer, I can't tell you his name for safety reasons, tells me when we get to the hospital, I need to notify the wife and mother of the sons. Tell her serious injury, they're in intensive care. Can somebody drive her or we'll send a car? Do not let her drive. So I make the phone call. She was upset, but calmer than I thought she would be. She said, yes, my neighbor will bring me. He gets to the hospital. So we gather the rest of the information. We clear the hospital about 8 p.m. Go down to my trainer's grandma. That was the district we were working. Went down to his grandma's house, had some sandwich and chips and some Coke. And that was really neat to me to be invited and accepted like that. Hey, you can come over to my grandma's house and eat. So that all of a sudden became the highlight of my day. Then we get a call about half an hour into our hour dinner break. Inactive sexual assault, and it was about 2 blocks away. He said, okay, we'll clear in just a couple minutes and we'll go. It's inactive, so there's not a rush, but we don't want to make citizens wait. So we go, we get to this house. There's 2 women in their 50s, and the one lady tells us, my sister is mentally handicapped. She has the mind of about a 6-year-old, but she's 52. And the neighbor's been giving her candy and chips, and they've been watching porno movies and having sex. Well, by law, because she's mentally incapacitated, that's rape first. So we gather information, get a witness statement and all that. We go next door to knock on the door. He said, well, she said he's home. We're going to go and talk to him. We'll read him his Miranda rights and see what he'll say. So we go over and knock on the door, and the guy comes to answer the door. Is a guy that I've known since 7th grade. And we were in 7th grade. That's the year that Ronald Reagan was attempted assassination attempt. That's also the year his father died from Agent Orange from Vietnam. I had known this guy since we were 13 years old. And I was about 26 now. I take a deep breath and a sigh. I remember that day. I remember the look on his face. It's the first time as a police officer to encounter this kind of situation. And he did that look that I learned and never forgot. And I've seen many times when somebody who has committed sex offenses like that, especially against children. They know they're caught. Their body just sinks to the ground like gravity. And they have that real, I'm sorry, apologetic look to them. Only normally, that's going to make people mad to hear that this person attacked this person. He started to confess right away. My trainer said, wait a minute, we're going to read Miranda rights. Got to get that word out. So he told me, I get my card out of my pocket. We always read it. You don't do it from memory. You don't need to try and look good and walk around. It's not an ego thing. It's a technicality. You need to read it, have that card with you, and show it in court every time to let them know exactly what you said. That way there's not a question that it was read wrong or he didn't understand his rights. Always read the one card. I had one card my whole career. Still have it. I read it. He said he wants to talk. He didn't want an attorney. He would talk to us. He was comfortable, etc. So we asked the key questions, and he said yes. I took her candy. I gave her Snickers bars. We had Doritos. We watched movies, looked at magazine pictures, and we had sex. He confessed to everything. And my trainer, because he was a trainer and a senior officer, he had a little pocket recorder. He had it out, recorded the whole conversation, and that was it. And in law enforcement, we call that a slam dunk. We had a taped confession admission. He gave us all the details, which were exactly the same as the details that the lady said. So we get through that. We clear, arrest him, take him down, process him, fill out paperwork at the county jail. We're clearing there about midnight. We get a phone call. Call the hospital. So my trainer calls the hospital, and we learn out of the father and the 4 sons, the father and 3 sons passed away. Only one son, only 1 out of 5 survived that car wreck. So we deal with that. We've got to notify the lieutenant, and everything, and word gets sent up to the police chief, the chain of command kind of a thing. And we're finishing out our shift, paperwork, and it's about 1:30, and he looks at me, my trainer, and he says, do you want to work tomorrow? I said, yes. He said, you still want to be a police officer after this today? A car wreck where 4 out of 5 family members died, and then the arrest of somebody I'd known for 13 years for raping a woman. And I said, yes, I'm here to protect and serve. It's the job I chose. It's the calling. Remember I told you in the other video before I got sworn in, when I took this job as police, I took a knee and I put all this in God's hands. Asked God to walk with me, to lead me and guide me and protect me. Give me the wisdom and courage I would need to have a career like this. Because I, as a young person, unsure, I thought I knew what career I wanted, and it didn't turn out, and I had wrong decisions. When I put it in God's hands, the door opened up and a job came quickly. So I put that in his hands the day I got sworn in. I did that again. Let me tell you about my first day alone. That finished my first day. He took me home, dropped me off that night about 2 o'clock, picked me up the next day, and we did it again. Different day, different stories. When I completed a training program, the last 2 weeks, the trainer wore plain clothes, suit and tie, shirt and tie. To look like an observer, not a police officer. No ID, no badge, no gun visible, nothing. And that's just to let you handle things being the only person in uniform. So when we finished, I was on 3rd shift. It's about 5:15 in the morning. He said, I've talked with Lieutenant, you're ready. The captain has approved it. Everybody's approved for you to complete the field training officer program. You're going to be on your own. It's about 5:15. Go out, go stop somebody, go do something, go get a pop, whatever. He joked about getting coffee and donut. Knowing that at 130 pounds and 26 years old, I wasn't going to eat much donuts. I had pride. I was afraid to be seen with donuts in uniform. So he turned me loose. He said, you're free to go. This is the end. We got our days off coming up. Finish out the shift, and then on such and such day, you'll be on your own. You'll still be on 2nd shift. So report in, prior to 4 o'clock. So I left there, went out and got in my car, sat behind a car, and the first thing that I did was prayed again. God got me this job, got me through the police academy, got me through the training program, which all that combined was about 6 months, a little bit more. And now I was going to be turned loose. Me in a car being the one-man show. Not the John Wayne show, just one-man officer. We rode single-man cars. So again, I thanked God for the opportunity, the direction, the guidance that He had given me and got me to this point in life. I put it in God's hands to protect and lead and guide me as I made decisions alone now, based on the law manual and our policies and procedures, all the books stacked up, the books that I had in the car. Guide me through that. Let me be the best officer I can be to the public. Let me protect and serve. After that prayer, I did what one of the other trainers, our senior trainer, told me to do. He said, the very first thing you need to do when you get in that police car by yourself, all alone, is go stop a car for the littlest violation. Write a ticket, give them a warning, it doesn't matter. Call on the radio, make the traffic stop, turn your lights on. You know the procedure. Call first, lights second. Approach the car safely, interact with them, go back to your car, be done. Ticket or warning, be done. Call out, 10-8, whatever you've got. Citation, 10-8 warning. Make that first traffic stop, build that confidence, and then it'll stay with you the rest of your career. So I did that. Stopped a one headlighter about 2 miles from the police station. Gave him a warning. Just made a nice, quick, brief conversation with them. I was concerned for their safety. Their headlight was out. You know, fix it when you can. Have a nice morning. And that was it. Walked back to my car and I did it. I got the job. I completed police academy. I completed the FTO. I made my first traffic stop. I'm ready to go. I didn't do anything else after that. It was almost 6 o'clock by then. I just kind of chilled out, got me a drink, went to the store, got me a little snack, went home at 7 a.m., went to bed like the rest of the shift. That was my first day alone. So this video, I explained my first day as FTO in the program and my first day actually alone. So if you're thinking about being a police officer, every day's not like this. I've talked to officers that's been involved in shootings or seen police shootings. It's a whole variety. So when you watch this, young police, old police, hit the subscribe button, post a comment, tell me what kind of out of the ordinary first day you had as a police officer. Tell me your story. Share it for everybody to read and to see. Thanks for joining. I'll see you soon.